Hello, everyone, and welcome back to AEC Today Reports. We're so happy that you joined us this Thursday evening. This is where we meet with you every month, once a month, to kind of update you on some of the things happening within your conference. And this month, we're doing a special highlight on Camp Danny Davis, Camp Daniel L. Davis, Camp Davis, all of those names apply. What an awesome time our young people had over the last couple of weeks. And we're anxious to share with you a little bit of it so you can kind of get a little bit of the flavor that we experienced here. But we'll be right back with that after this break.
When the church comes to town, promoting liberty, pursuing justice. That is the theme for the 2023 Conscience and Justice Council Convention that is being hosted by the Allegheny East Conference right there at the North American Division. You want to be there. Now let me give you a short lineup. On September the 27th, we will be taking a group of people to the Black History Museum. If you would like to go, you need to go to www.visitaec.org/PARL and register there. There will be a $12 charge for those who would like to ride the bus. On September 28th through October the 1st, we will have the convention right there at the North American Division. You will need, if you're coming in, you will need to arrange your own hotel, but the North American Division does have discounts. Just look on their website. We're looking forward to you being there. We are hosting and we're looking for at least 100 people to register by the middle of September. We really need you to do it as soon as possible. I look forward to it. Just go to our website page, visit aec.org/Carl, and you can register there. We want you to come when the church comes to town, promoting liberty, pursuing justice.
Welcome back, everyone. As I said before, we are talking about Camp Danny Davis. Camp Danny Davis started July 9th through July 23rd. So 2 weeks of fun for our young people. And we're talking about over 230 young people were here on these grounds. Those are numbers we haven't seen for years. So we're really excited about the amount of young people that were able to come out and experience 2 weeks of fun and spiritual enlightenment and just being with one another. Now, the exciting thing for us is that these young people didn't just come from our churches, they also came from our local community and other communities where our churches are located. And that's what Camp Danny Davis is about. But who can talk better about Camp Danny Davis other than our camp director, Pastor Patrick Graham, and his assistant, Orion Claremont. So we went right into the heart of Camp Davis last week to talk to them about this awesome experience.
A lot more work, a whole lot more work involved. Doing the same exact things, but just keeping your eyes open more on who's around. The best part of it is that even though we have the facilities, so we split them. So even though we have the numbers, it's easier to see where they are, but it's also when it's planned activities, we have to add more. Now you have 4 circles or 4 groups. Now we got to add 5 or 6 more different groups.
We even had to look at our time schedule when we had 45 or 50 minutes for lunch.
Right.
We had to look at it. Okay, that's not going to work with 200 people.
Right.
Extend a little bit. So it was a little nice challenge, but we did it and make the adjustments really good. Of course, the paperwork was a little more challenging because we had more, but it still worked out well. And we're happy for the numbers that we have.
All right, so we got a little bit about Camp Danny Davis from the director side of things, but you also want to talk to the campers who are experiencing it for themselves. We had an opportunity to talk to a few of them as well.
My name is Drake. I'm 16 and I'm from Southern Maryland.
My name is Tariana Chandler. I'm from Philly. That's good. I am from Philly.
My name is Winter. I'm 12 years old and I'm from York, PA.
Joseph's Aya, and I'm 7 years old.
I've been coming to Camp Danny Davis ever since I was about I think I was about 11 or 12.
Since I was 7 years old.
6 years.
I think it was 6 years old.
Mostly the field trips to like Hershey Park, Dorney Park, Arnold's, all that stuff, and to see friends.
Well, Camp Danny Davis has been in my family for a long time. Like my brother and sister, they're in their 20s now. They were coming here since they were young. So yeah, that's really why.
They make camp very fun, even if it's like stormy days and stuff. They still find ways to like make everything fun. Camp is just like, it's like a place where you can get away from a lot and like enjoy yourself, make new friends, and have a great time.
I have fun with my friends and my council.
I would describe it as a fun experience if you can go without your phone for 2 weeks.
I feel like I'm closer to God each time. It's like you drift away when you're out in the real world, but when you come here, it's like you're surrounded by the love and the spirit. So I just keep coming and each time I get closer and closer, and it just makes me feel better.
People should come to Camp Davis because like some people like staying at home, but camp is really home. Camp's home to a lot of people. Camp's very fun. It is very fun. Like you might think that it's going to be like very rough or sometimes, but it's fun. It's very fun.
I have fun playing with my friends.
Do you think other 7-year-olds should come to Camp Danny Davis?
Yes.
Why?
They should learn.
I don't remember really what PG used to say when I was younger, but I do know this. PG has always been there. He's sweet, amazing, and he cares so much for so many people. It's like you never see how much somebody cares about you when you see him. Like you can feel like you have nobody, and he can just talk to you and make you feel better. Like I know.
Thank you for all the fun stuff you've done for us. Thank you for allowing us to come to camp and having a great year. Thank you for loving each and every one of us as your own. And he is an expert at this stuff, and he's a very good person.
As you can hear from what they shared, we can understand why Camp Danny Davis is important. And Pastor Graham and Orion also kind of shared their reasons why this camp is so vital to our young people, particularly within this conference.
I do look at Camp Danny Davis as a place of growth, and I do believe that where God is, there's going to be growth. This is a movement, and Camp Danny Davis to me has a whole lot of room to grow, and I think that this is a great opportunity also for new leadership to grow.
It is going to be different, even for the campers, the counselors, everybody, because Patrick is Patrick, Orion is Orion, and everybody's everybody and brings something different to the table. But the ministry is what's the important part of it. And this is a strong ministry that has grown over the years, and we know that it will continue to grow with whoever is there after this.
Awesome ministry. We're so happy for what the youth department has been able to do. When we come back, we're going to hear from some of the task force, those who are working alongside Pastor Graham and Orion to make sure that this camp is a success. So stay right there, and we'll be right back after this break. right, and we're back with AEC Today Reports. We are talking about Camp Danny Davis. Now we're going to transition to speaking to some of the task force. Now, many heard that this was Pastor Graham's last year as camp director. Many of them had the experience of him being their director as a camper, and now they're working on the task force. And so they've had a long experience under his leadership and his care. And they had a lot of memories and things that they wanted to share about working with Pastor Graham. So let's hear some of those now.
We love and appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything you've done for us. And I just got a couple counselors together to say what they had to say. Here we go.
Hi, PG. I think my favorite memory, it was last year. And before I started, I caught COVID, so I couldn't work for a week. So when I came in, he was calling me sicky. Like for the whole week I was here. But I really just love the way he was able to connect with everybody and just vibe. So that's my favorite memory.
Hey PG, I love you. Hope, wish the best for you. And I like the messages you give us. It definitely helps. It's very much needed. And yeah.
Monet. My favorite memory with PG was actually one where we weren't even face to face. I live in Belize, and all the way down there, I wanted to come back to camp so bad because this was a memory that I always wanted to have. I loved camp. I always wanted to come back. So my mom called all the way to the States and called PG and was like, I can get the tickets, I can get everything, but like, are they able to come back? Because it was a thing of they were too full here. So PG's always making room for everybody to have the same experience that we enjoy. So we called him up and we were like, oh, okay, can we come back? Is it okay? It's like 4 of us. It was me, it was Zion, Jair, and I. Oh, not Asher, but it was a really fun experience because he's so considerate about how everyone feels and wanting everyone to enjoy the time that they have here. So we love you, PG. We're gonna miss you, but hats off to you.
Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me, everything that you will continue to do for me and for the youth community. You shine a light on us, and you shine so bright that we just look up to you in ways where you can't even imagine for yourself. And you've definitely made me come out of my shell since from the first year working with you. And I just wanted to say that you are a very exceptional man and you're a very exceptional person. And thank you for all the many blessings that you have given me and that you have given all of us on this team. God bless you wherever you go. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to work at Camp Danny Davis for the past 2 years. I know this year I wasn't supposed to come, but I just appreciate you making it work. My favorite memory with you had to be my first interview last year over Zoom. And I just remember I had got my resume sent in, I was just ready to go. And the first thing you said to me was, why you got a button up on? And all the anxiety and fear I had of this interview just went out the window. We had a blast. I was like, at that moment, that's when I knew I'm going to love PG. So I just love how authentic you are and that you just be you. And I just appreciate it. And I'm just praying that you have a blessed time in your next transition. Thank you so much.
My favorite memory is when I met you for the first time and you told me you have promise on your life and to never give up and stop worrying. Even though at the time I was like, how would he know that? But yeah. And I just want to tell you that you can do anything that you want to do and for you to never give up. Things may get hard, it may be a little rough, but you taught me to persevere. So always keep that in mind.
I just want to say farewell and congratulations for all the things you accomplished over the past 10 plus years. I don't really know how many, but I know you changed many kids' lives, many adults' lives. You changed everybody's lives. And whoever seemed to be giving you problems in the conference office, I want you to let me know their name and who they are.
Hey PG, so one of my favorite memories with you is probably my interview, I know a lot of people are going to say our crash. That was very traumatizing. But for me, when I was in my interview, you realized who I was. And ever since then, you just took me in and always, as I was saying, PG, you always just took me in and you treated me as one of your own. And I love you and I appreciate you forever.
I met PG like 2017. He's a great guy. Great, handsome, bald guy, I just hope God takes it where he needs to go, man. till death do us part.
PG, I know you worked hard all these years.
Just want to say congratulations and that we're proud of you.
Thanks for all you've done.
Don't mess us too much. We know we're your favorite.
So in addition to the task force, some of those same campers heard also that Pastor Graham, this is their last year, and they had so many wonderful things to say about how he has personally impacted them as individuals. So let's take a look at that.
Throughout all these years, it's been fun having you here, and we'll miss you terribly.
I'm really sad to see you go, but I'm happy that I came to camp. Without camp, I wouldn't have met any of these people, and we've been best friends ever since.
I'm so happy for all the memories that we made here. It's been a fun and a long journey. This camp has taught me how to handle situations, how to approach things, and I really appreciate that.
And we're really missing you.
All right, as you guys can see, wonderful testaments to the ministry that has been experienced through Camp Davis and specifically through Pastor Graham. And when we come back after this break, we'll talk a little bit more about how camp wrapped up after we had these interviews and some other important news that you want to know. So stay tuned. So since we recorded those interviews, so much happened after that point. In the weekend, the campers had the opportunity to minister at the Pine Forge Church. If you want to check out that whole worship service, you can go to the Pine Forge Church YouTube channel and watch it for yourself. You'll be quite impressed by our young people and even hear a message from Pastor Graham. Also, following the service, as in Camp Davis fashion, there was also a baptism that was held right there in the pool, right next to the Pine Forge Academy gym. So we praise God for that soul. And then later that night was the finale banquet. And let me tell you, our young people, they were stepping out looking sharp, like young ladies and young men. So it was kind of great to see them be so excited about getting dressed up and fellowshipping with each other one last time before they said goodbye the next day. It was quite an experience. I happened to be there, and the energy from all of the young people was just so, what's the word? just captivating. I mean, they were really excited. They were clapping for each other as they walked out. It was just a great spirit to be around, and that's what Camp Danny Davis is about. All right, guys, after we come back, we're going to share with you some other news as well as some closing remarks from Pastor Graham and Orion as it relates to just saying goodbye to the Camp Danny Davis experience.
Great news for everyone who rides a motorcycle in the Allegheny East Conference. Robert Simmons will be at the North American Division parking lot again on September the 4th. You will have the opportunity to take his slow motorcycle operations class. All information is at the website www.visitaec.org/Parl, P-A-R-L. Register there. You don't want to miss it if you ride a motorcycle. I will be there. Will you?
All right, and we're back again. So with Camp Danny Davis, I mentioned earlier that it was really important to be able to sponsor young people who may not be able to afford it, or just people wanting other people to have the experience, but they may not have had the finances. And so during the Camp Danny Davis experience, Pastor Graham was raising money through helpmycampers.com. That effort is still going on. They are still raising money to offset some of the costs for sponsoring campers. So there is an opportunity for you to still help. Check this out.
Well, I think it's every year we bring in people from the community, and there are those who are less fortunate who just simply can't afford it. And you know, we just give it up to administration with this, that Camp Danny Davis is one of the lowest tuition that we have, and so I'm grateful for that. But there are still some who cannot afford it. So we have 25, what we call them, 25 seats available. That's what we call them, and times 2. And we're raising $12,450 for campers. And you can go to www.helpmycampers.com it could be any amount, but we're hoping to get the 12,500 around there so that we can meet our quota. Just continue to pray for safety.
We have a couple more days left.
Yeah, a couple days left. Pray for God's protection. And really, you know, for those who watch this, our children, our young people are one of the greatest assets that we have here. And in our church, let's build a foundation with our children and youth. You know, we don't know when Jesus is coming back, so we ought to occupy until he comes. So that's my prayer, is that we keep this type of ministry going. We do have baptism coming up. And so that is the case, to keep them close to Jesus Christ.
So, you know, we knew this was going to be an emotional year for Pastor Graham and Orion. Even during the banquet, a lot of the campers had the opportunity to come up and personally share with Pastor Graham what he's meant to them. And I was there. I saw some tears fall because it was a touching experience. And so we wanted to talk to them about what this felt like as a team, a ministry team, kind of coming to an end after over 8 years together.
Well, working with him over the years, one of the biggest thing is that we are different. Yeah. We are different. I'm an organized person. I like this, make sure everything is in place. When I first started to work with him, I gave him some rules. Like, this is what I do, you know. For us to work together good, this is what's going to happen. And we did it. One time he came, just one little thing. He came and he wanted to do something. When I first started, I said, he want to fix this website and it must come out next week. I said, no problem, let's see. And when I saw it, it was like, ain't no way for me that's coming out. Because when it comes out, it needs to look like this. After that experience, he kind of, okay, I get it. Yeah. But one of the fun things is that no matter what he dreams of, we kind of know how to work it. So he would text, call, or whatever with some up in the air ideas, and then we just, okay, so this is what has to be done, and we get it to work. And a lot of what you've seen over the years, a lot of people think that I do a lot of the work. I'm just the hands that keep it moving. But the brain work is right there. He does what he's supposed to do. I'm not a director, and he does what he's supposed to do. And I'm going to miss him, and I'm just going to leave it there. Because we're not going to get into any teary eyes, anything right now. I'm not going to start. Let's save that for
She's the point guard.
inside.
She's the point guard. She gets the work done. And things that I've missed, every time I miss them, because I'm spontaneous. So sometimes spontaneous is good. Sometimes, you need the 1-2 punch to say, hey, we're going to slow down over here and work things out. So, I'm going to miss that partnership. But the best part about it is that we still remain friends.
That's right.
Families still remain friends.
That's right.
Be good.
I know. I tried to get some tears, but it didn't happen. We're saving those. But what a great ministry partnership. And we know that Camp Danny Davis will continue to go on, will continue to flourish. But we're so grateful for this powerful duo and how they made Camp Danny Davis such a wonderful experience for so many young people. Very quickly, we're going to transition into some other news that we want to make sure you are aware of. First of all, we have our Upset podcast coming up this Sunday. Guess what we're talking about, guys? Where are all the men? Ooh, I hear that that's a question that's being asked a lot, and Pastor Marlene is going to lead us out in that discussion, so you don't want to miss that Sunday at 6 p.m. Now, don't forget to support our Upset merch store. We're using all of the proceeds from that to help causes that you, our audience, feel are important, or there's a need that we can meet. So check that out, the Upset store. Visit aec.org/upset. All those proceeds go to help others. Next, we have our Conscious and Justice Convention. Many of you have expressed interest in learning more about social justice and being involved. Now you have an opportunity, and it's in our territory this year. It's going to be hosted at the North American Division right there in Maryland, September the 28th through October the 1st. Like I said, we are hosting this year, AEC, so we need to show up and show up big. If you are interested in attending, make sure you go and register at the website, cjcouncil.org. Get your spot in. They're also going to be doing an excursion to the African American Museum, so you can sign up for that as well. We want to make sure that AEC is in the house. Also, many of you who watched during camp meeting and you saw all the awesome renovations that are happening at Pine Forge Academy. Some of you wanted to know, how do I donate? We just wanted to remind you, you can do that by going right to the Pine Forge Academy website, pineforgeacademy.org/donate, and make your donation. The renovations are coming along, but of course, we need those funds to keep it moving at a steady pace until it gets to completion. Thank you all so much for those who've donated already and those who have pledged to continue to donate. It means so much, and the progress is visible. Wait till you guys see where we are now with that. And last but not least, how many motorcycle enthusiasts do we have out there? How many of you like to ride motorcycles or want to know a little bit more about it? Well, guess what? We have our Freeloaders conference or presentation coming up again. This is sponsored by our PARL department, our Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Department, partnering with Robert Simmons. He's a former New York traffic cop. And he comes and does training to help you be safer on your motorcycle. And it's a great time for fellowshipping and introducing people to who we are as Adventists. So if you're interested in participating in that, make sure you look for more information regarding that coming up in September. All right, guys, I know I've said a mouthful, but we have a lot going on. So we hope that you are staying connected to us by visiting our website, visit aec.org. We hope you're following us on social media, Instagram, Facebook. That's where you can get some of the real-time clips and pictures of things that are happening. We were talking about Camp Davis. We have lots of photos there, lots of videos for you to see more of the action. So make sure you're following us on all platforms. And if you're watching this on Facebook, I hope you like and follow the page. If you're watching us on YouTube, tell me that you're already subscribed and you have that notification bell clicked. We hope so. It's our goal to stay connected to you. We really want you to know what's happening in your conference. Like I said, I've said a lot, so we're going to wrap it up. But thank you for tuning in to AEC Today Reports. We will see you back here next month. Take care, everybody.